Hey guys, so been working on this twin turbo 350Z 2008 and thought I'd just give you guys an update what's going on here. I've got both the turbos bolted onto the car. I'm going to give you a little walk around. I'm going to show you what I had to do. I'm going to show you some of the problems that I ran into and I don't know, some of that kind of stuff. So let me flip the camera. All right, so once again, we got JWT headers, GT2554R turbos. So one thing that, like I say, you have to do is that bracket. That you have to have this made. You can't. They don't make one that's going to fit where you need it to go. I bought it seemed cheap, but it worked out pretty well. Is a Mamba installation kit for the T25 connection. And then also that came in the kit for this turbo was the waterline hookups and the restrictor back in here for the oil. Now it's a 1mm restrictor, and then it also came with a tube. Now that's gonna run down to here and go inside your oil pan. I did have to put the oil pan on. I actually watched another YouTube video to get that on there. But some of the pitfalls of doing the JWTs on a 2008. This has to be figured out. It's not going to hurt it because it is steel, so you know it's just really close. It's almost sitting on the manifold, so I might have to get creative and figure out what I'm going to do there. There is clearance all around, but it's really thin. So coming to the back side, you know, when you take these clips off initially, they do blow off, so I had to go get some new clips. Those new clips are on there. They're not coming off now. There is tons of pressure on that, just the right amount that comes stock. And then there's your dual ball bearing turbo. Now here is kind of a creative part. So running your water lines. This is a coolant line, this is a coolant line. So this is where, you know, you got to get creative. I was doing research, I was pulling up coolant maps. There's coolant running up here by your throttle bodies, you know, running around, but they're kind of small lines. I'm thinking like, well, probably want to tap into a little bit bigger line to get some coolant in there. So what I did was I tapped into this line that runs into your heater core, okay? Well, it's kind of stiff here. They're not hooked up, obviously, but so this one, I tapped into the one that goes in the heater core, and I bought an elbow, went down, and basically what it's going to do, it's going to run right up into the turbo, it's come out the other side, and then same thing here, it's going to run up, and then this is going to go right into where that went right here, and it's going to continue the circuit. So I think this is probably the best way you can get coolant down to your turbos. Yeah, so that was a pretty big win for me there. It took me a little bit to figure that out. So going on to the other side here, that's what that side looks like. Okay, so coming over here, it's a little dark. It's kind of late in the evening. You got the same setup going on here with your restrictor line going in. Oh, sandwich plate. So this is new. I got the Mishimoto. It's not tied down yet, as you can see, but got the Mishimoto oil cooler. I decided to go with that. And then I'm running 1/8 MPT in. And then out this side is, you know, one of the pieces of the oil runs to the oil restrictor. And then this one goes to the other side. And then my oil cooler lines are going to come out from down there. It's going to be really tight in the engine bay. So basically you got the same setup on here. You got your 10A or your 6A in lines. And then you run those, pretty much the same idea. I just ran it into the other pipe that's going into the car. And then this line it's going to be the same idea, where this one's going to come out of this side of the heater core, go in this tube, cycle through the turbo, come back and go right back down into the engine. So that's the basics of how this is going to work. Trying to see if there's anything else. I got my Z1 oil pan spacer on there. Be very careful when you're putting that on. That was a mess. It was really hard to do. I actually glad I had an engine stand. I was able to flip the engine completely upside down. Made it a little easier, but it was still kind of rough. So the next step is getting this secured. After I get that all secured, I might have to rerun some of these lines or bend them around. But really, it's to the point where I'm ready for the clutch and the flywheel, which I bought the lightweight flywheel from Z1, and then the clutch 6-puck ceramic from Z1. And then other than that, I'm thinking about getting some of these lines. You can buy like a kit to replace all your radiator lines, like this one and that one and some of these littler ones. You can, make them blue or red. I don't know. I've been thinking about doing it just because it's out of the car. It's easy. And then really the next step is to get the fuel injectors in. And gosh, I think that it's starting to kind of come together. I'm going to run all my tubing after it's in the car. Here's kind of what this side looks like. As you can see, this wastegate actuator is super tight up in there. I wish it was a little brighter, but there's a little line running right out here, but it's almost on the motor mount itself. And then, your lines are going to come out right here and up. So yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, and then I got to get right past here to get down to this little hole to put the feed in on this side, right out of this tube. So anyway, that's all I'll show you guys for now. It's been a ride. You second guess yourself every day when you're doing this, which I have plenty of times. It's going to be worth it in the end, though. I'm trying to get this all together. I've never done this, guys. It's my first time. I mean, I didn't have a cherry picker. I didn't have a motor stand. I had a basic set of tools, but I had to buy, like stuff that I've never had, like die grinders, and I had to get some air tools for, taking some hard parts off the car underneath. But, it's not, the tools, once you have them, you're going to have them for life. It's worth investing, getting some decent tools into your workspace. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like I say, I'm just trying to document this whole process. Hopefully it helps somebody. If anybody wants to twin turbo 2008 350Z, you're going to have a really good idea of what you're going to run into. Oh, I can show you real quick. Before I go, I'll show you what the inside of the car looks, the car bay looks like, where it's coming into the heater core and out the other side. Oh, it's really dark. Well, if you can see it, there's one of the ways into the heater core, and there's the exit. I know you can't see it, but that's where it's at. So yeah, that's how you run it in and out of your heater core from here, and that seems like one of the most complicated parts. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope this helps somebody, and that much closer to putting out some horsepower. So thanks a lot.